Hi everyone, my name is Jade and I'm here to talk to you all a little bit about my story, and I hope to inspire you all to believe in yourself and follow your dreams. I'm 14 years old and I'm a new year 10 in my secondary school, and overall I'm a really happy person.
I don't just think this because I'm a parent, but I think Jade's got amazing potential. She's crazy and she's wild and she's inspirational and she's charismatic.
I'm so excited, that's going to be amazing.
It's important to write your own story. I can't follow in someone else's footsteps. I am here to write my own story.
I know my daughter. She's a bright light in this world. She's inspiring, she's charismatic, she's strong, she's brave.
Sam Cooke, playing more of the music you love on Radio Plymouth.
Teenagers helping inspire children through her assemblies. 14-year-old Jade Sutton, who's battled anxiety and depression and has ADHD, has struggled with school, but she's back to her best. She's been in the studio, talks to me about that.
Radio Plymouth.
14-year-old Jade Sutton, who's battled anxiety and depression, has ADHD and struggled with school before she got back on track through a beauty pageant, which helped her win back her confidence. And I caught up with her last week. Tell me a little bit about your story to begin with.
I have ADHD, which is attention deficit hyperactive disorder. A large number of people have it nowadays. And it basically means I find it really hard to concentrate, I find it really hard to sit still. And because of that ADHD and because of the pressure that school put on me, I found I slipped into depression. Even though I laugh and even though I smile, I'm not actually happy. And I realised that I tried to remember the last time I was happy and I just couldn't. And I didn't even notice it. I didn't even realise what was going on, and time went really, really, really quickly. I was quite scared a lot of the time. I was scared to be alone because I had such a vivid imagination that I was just scared of myself.
And then one evening, I don't know if I noticed or she showed me, we saw cuts on her arm. I just started crying and my dad was like, why are you sad? And I was like, because I can't do it anymore. He was like, what can't you do? And I was like, this. I can't pretend that I'm someone that I'm not. I can't pretend that I have the ability to be academic, to be this perfect student that I'm not. And I think I cried for about 3 hours and I just couldn't move because I just felt like everything's finally caught up to me. I just thought I was dying. I just thought that there was something wrong with me and that I was going to die. What had happened was a kind of depression and darkness inside her and an eating disorder and self-harming, and that all came out. You think, is this just normal? Is this just being a teenager, or should I be getting involved or should I not? And it's only when you see the cutting or something you think, oh my God, why didn't I realise? But it's hard to judge. There was a few times we thought, is she too depressed? Is she too withdrawn? Is she too angry? But it was when we saw the actual, the cuts that we knew that it definitely... Everything started to add up, and before I knew it, I wasn't leaving my room, I wasn't eating, I didn't like to look at myself in the mirror. I was so scared to be alone. My first instinct was just to kind of give her love, just to give her a hug, and just say it's okay. It was a lot of late nights sitting up talking, and it was quite a few years actually of just trying to get through this.
It did take time, and there was no specific, you must do this or correct this thinking. I never said that kind of thing, or don't think like that, that's not right. I never said that kind of thing. I just said things like, don't worry, sweetheart, I promise you we're going to get through this, and I promise you that this is normal. And there was a little voice behind me going, this is not normal, this is not normal, And I was like, okay, but I somehow really did believe that as well. I really believed that it was normal, and it is normal. Millions of girls are going through this.
Opening up, I feel like, is one of the first steps to getting better, but not for everyone. Everyone has their own individual, unique journey that they need to go through to feel better. And some of that involves other people, some of that it involves intense self-healing and finding out what your purpose is and what you really want to do. But to open up takes a lot of courage.
It forced me to be strong and to stop philosophizing about all of my, I don't know, spiritual ideas about life and actually be it right here and now.
The first thing was just showing that it was okay to feel like that, and developing this communication and developing this kind of safe place for her to talk, which she'd wanted to do for a long time.
And then I realised I've been going through this battle that I haven't even come to terms with the fact that I'm struggling. I didn't realise that my life had become that for a long time. It took me quite a while to understand. I became depressed during my last few years of primary school, and that lasted into secondary school. Feeling depressed is when you feel down, you feel sad, and you feel like there's often no way out. And you can feel like this for quite a while. And I'm here to tell you that that's untrue. There is a way out of depression. It is a very personal journey that you need to go through. And I don't know why, but I just decided that I needed to open up about it, and that I do know why. I need to open up about it, and I need to change it, because I lacked a positive role model. I lacked a system that really supported me properly. I just had my family.
And then to kind of develop some positive self-image and actually like herself and believe in herself and not think she was terrible or too fat or this or too stupid or something. So this positive self-image was a massive thing.
I'd like to help you all dream big. In this room right now, there is going to be future scientists, future artists, maybe a future Prime Minister sitting in this room at this very time.
The next stage being an inspiring goal, something which actually lit her eyes up.
My dream is to become Miss Universe, and I'm going to do everything I can to try and make that come true. So, pageant, there is on stage, which is your routines, they're your dresses, that's what the public see in a pageant girl. They see them on stage. You see it and it looks easy, the girls make it look easy. But in all seriousness, it's probably about 50 hours of work into that one routine that they do. Then you've got your off stage, behind stage, backstage kind of work. That is your charity work. You have to make a difference in your community to be a pageant queen. You have to be a healthy, positive role model, and you have to at least try to make a difference. So that takes up a lot of time. You've got your appearances, where you go along to events, you spread the word of this organisation that you're representing, and like I said, we raise money for charity. And over the past few years, I've raised £1,500 for charity, and I'm quite proud of that. But I know girls who've raised £100,000 for charity over the past 10 years or so. And the fact that pageants helps us do that, that's amazing. And then you've got your interview. It's very scary. You sit there and I don't feel like it's difficult, but you have to be calm, you have to be collected, and you have to tell the judges who are interviewing you why it is your time and why you need to take home the crown. And when you put everything together, it's insanely difficult, but it's still really fun. I always go all out for pageants, physically and emotionally. I really put my whole heart and soul into them, which in a way makes it harder when I don't win, but it also makes me feel even more prepared. I do visualise winning. I visualise my hard work being paid off, and I practice, and I do everything I possibly can to ready myself for the day. But when it comes down to it, it's all down to who's having the best day, you know?
Top two, and the Young European International team are Maya and Jade!
They said Maya and Jade. Maya was, she came first runner, and I love her so much, she's so amazing. And I just didn't think they'd call my name, and I was just there
Because I somehow knew that they called my name, but I just didn't like register. I kind of zoned myself out, getting ready for another. Ooh, I didn't win, but I took part. I was like, what? And I turned to Jan and I'm like, who did you call? She was like, I called you. And I was like, oh, and it was really funny because I really didn't think it was me, and Maya was already standing up there hugging everyone. And then we held hands, and Maya looked at me, she said, you've got this, you're amazing, you're beautiful, and you've got this. And that meant, and I was like, wow, thank you.
Okay, so your first runner-up in the Young European International Team competition is Maya, and your winner is Jade!
And I kind of just jumped up in my huge heels. I was like, oh, I was so excited. They said my interview skills blew them away, which I was really happy about. And it doesn't feel like the end reward, because this is a journey, and it just feels like a huge milestone has been reached. And I'm so incredibly happy, and I'm so excited to represent Europe in the internationals. I don't consider myself completely out of it, and I don't think I will ever be. But I know that I can cope with it, and I know that I can keep my head up, and I know that no matter how bad things get, I know that I have the strength to pick myself up. And it's been in my head for quite a long time, these not nice thoughts, my thoughts saying bad things about me, but instead of getting rid of them, I learn that they don't matter. I learn that I'm stronger than that, I learn that I'm better than that, and that's what I'm trying to teach other people. It's important to write your own story. I can't follow in someone else's footsteps. I am here to write my own story.